Hey everybody, welcome to another video from the Average African Kid podcast. Yeah, so it's almost time. We're almost here in the teaching hospital, and I got a request that I should check out the equipments and things to buy and recommend whether or not to get them. Let's start. Okay, so I have this list here of different equipment. I think I'll just go through them and then we'll dive from there. So stethoscopes. A stethoscope. Should you get a stethoscope? Absolutely, you need a stethoscope. But the thing is that you can get a Littmann 2, Littmann 3, any one you want. Some people buy the very expensive one, but what I find is that people who buy the most expensive ones, like the 100k to 300k ones, they feel so self-conscious with it that they don't bring it out. Nobody will care if you bring it out. So if you want the best and you don't care what people say, you can buy it. I've seen a consultant use a Bluetooth stethoscope that can transfer your sounds to your phone. Of course, Littmann has something like that, but it was from a different brand. He got his own. So whatever you have, you can use it. If your parents have a stethoscope for you, you can use it. My stethoscope that I'm using right now, I got it back in 2016, 2017 from volunteering at the Pre-Medical Society at the University of Texas, San Antonio. So I've had it for close to 8 years, and I still use it, and I use it in clinic, and it works well for me. I really wanted to buy one, but my uncle told me, like, yeah, this thing works very well. You don't need any other thing, so don't think you have to buy something high. Surgical caps, yes and no. The one I bought, yes, you need a surgical cap. Yes, you do. Surgical caps. These ones they're talking about are the the disposable ones, but they are good to have. Please, you should get them. You should. The one I use, I bought one on Temu. It's a cloth cap, so I just have to wash it and use it again. I prefer those because I got a pattern that really fits my purple scrub. So you saw it in some of my videos, like you see me wearing the surgical cap. It's very cool. I like it. So customize the surgical cap you want, buy it. Maybe buy the disposable ones if you feel like. But if you don't, somebody else might have and you can use theirs, but you should have your own surgical cap. Patella hammer, rubber. Yes, you will need a patella hammer. I wanted to say no, not everybody will need it, but eventually you will need it when you start doing examinations on patients in the CNS, which you will do in your first 6 months. You will realize that you need all these small things, but get one that you can actually put in your pocket. Some of these things I recommend you wait, like this surgical hammer. You can wait till you get to campus, then you can see what other people have bought, then you can ask, okay, can I use your supplier? But if you have someone good at home that sells, and you can buy everything from them. But surgical patella hammer, yes, you should get it. Rubber or iron, it doesn't matter. Mine is rubber. Rubber. I bought it at a store in Okomosho, like not far from school. So if you want more information about that, yeah. Thermometer, you don't really need a thermometer, but it's good to have. I have one. I've had one for many years, so I just took it to school. You won't really practice much on it, but if you are tight on the budget, you can skip the thermometer because you won't be using it on your patients. Each patient should have their own thermometer. It's just going to be you'll be practicing on. So you can skip the thermometer, but if you still want it, it's also a good purchase. I have it, so I can say that. Pen touch, absolutely, you need one. I said I was going to supply some pen touches. I haven't yet completely done that, but maybe in the next few days, you can reach out to me. I might have a special supply of pen touches if I can muster the time to do it soon. I might get that. Pen touches are very important. You can buy one that has AAA batteries, or you buy a rechargeable one. I recommend a rechargeable one because you can just charge it, and it should be Type C. Type C, not the old-fashioned cable Type C. So I will check if I can get some and order some, but let's see. But a pen touch is very important. If you can get one before you come to school, get it. But I may have some to supply if you're interested. Only if people are interested. So let me know if you're interested in pen touches I have to offer. That will be really good. Normal gloves. Yes, please buy a pack of gloves. You're gonna need those gloves because you're gonna be working a lot, and sometimes in the ER patients don't have gloves. So if you have your own gloves, you just put it in your bag so that you can do procedures. Like you can do a digital rectal examination. You don't need to start looking for gloves, just for your 2 gloves, and you go ahead, get it. Sphygmomanometer. Yes, not everybody had one. I had one because I had one before. I didn't buy it for med school, but I had one. It's very important to have one because I say this because let's say maybe your roommate might have, so it might be good. But after you have learned how to take a blood pressure well, you have to go and practice. So in your room, you practice with your roommates, you practice with your other floor mates. So having your own sphygmomanometer is good, but not everybody has it. So you can just rely on the fact that some other people will have. But for me, this is one of the essentials. Essential for me, essential. Black nose mask, blue nose mask, any of the nose masks, get it because you will be going into surgery, and in surgery you need face mask. So get it, get a face mask. Measuring tape, yes, you need a measuring tape. A measuring tape, I prefer you get one that is retractable. I don't have that one yet. I'm going to try and get this one so you can know like the actual measuring tapes they use for other procedures in building. So get one that is easy to carry around, that can fit into your pocket. I prefer those ones that you can open and you close, it rolls back into a tiny like shell shape. That way it's easy to put in your pocket. That's what I'm trying to get. I haven't gotten that yet, but you'll survive. If you don't get a measuring tape, you'll be totally fine. You don't need it, but if you want to be a really good doctor, there are going to be some things that you have to calculate, like the length of the liver. So that will be very nice if you want to have your stuff, the length of the liver, and other measurements you have to do in your physical examination. So you should get that. Diagnostic sets, no, you don't need that. Diagnostic set, because of the way things are going, I think diagnostic set is quite expensive. Tuning fork, no, you don't need to get that now. You can wait till later because tuning forks, we don't do ear examinations like that. We haven't done ear, nose, and throat, so that may be up to like 2 years later in teaching hospital before you do those. So you don't need that. So what else do you need? One thing you need is a power bank. You absolutely need a power bank to be able to charge your devices. Get a big power bank. I have a 40,000 milliamp hour. I have a 10,000. I have like 3. But the small one I carry around with me to classes, the bigger one I leave in the hostel for when I need it. The next thing you might need is these energy saving bulbs. I have them, I sell them. And they are like regular bulbs, but what they do is that when there's no lights, they just come on, like they stay on, like, because when there's lights, they're on, but when there's no light, it just switches on. So if your hostel has solar, like some of the girls' hostels have solar, they don't need this, but for the boys' hostel and some other hostels, it will be good to buy. So reach out to me. What else you will need in your stay? You need Crocs. So you can have a pair of Crocs. They are sterile Crocs. They're not really sterile, right? But they're just Crocs that you dedicate for surgery. So instead of you using them around campus, you just only use them when you enter the theater. So you should get a pair of sterile Crocs. Right now, I had one, but since I've left the posting, I started using the Crocs for other purposes. So when it's time for surgery again, I'm either going to wash it and just keep it for surgery alone, or I just get another one. So we'll see when that time comes. So those are the basic things that you will need. Anything else that comes up, please leave it in the comments below. We'll address it then, or send me a message directly on WhatsApp. Okay. So the next video we'll talk about what textbooks to buy. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay amazing. See you in the next one.